Bobby Fischer's Middlegame masterpiece. I'm going to be showing a game today, what was played by Bobby Fischer, and it was mentioned in his 60 most memorable games. I've got the book. It was one of the games he showed. I believe it's the 10th game. He's playing Unzicker, Wolfgang Unzicker. I believe the game was played in Germany. And I thought it was very instructive. I thought it had extremely instructive points. And to anyone who's looking to really try and improve their positional understanding, their middle games, I think this game will be of great value. So anyway, let's just start. E4, E5, knight F3, knight C6, bishop E5. We go into Roy Lopez. I'll go through the opening fairly quickly. I don't normally do that. But the game, there's a lot of opening theory. So H3 was played, knight A5, bishop C2, C5, D4, striking in the center, queen C7, pretty standard stuff. It's pretty much normal theory. Actually, I'll get to this, knight E3. I just want to say, I've had games like this, like very similar, and I always wondered if I put my knight on G3 or E3 in these situations, and it's interesting how knight E3 was played. I guess it's controlling this D5 square, and it just it just controls more things. So I like knight E3. I think I'll aim to play it if I get positions like these. G6, and now D5. So probably the first kind of moment I think it's still fairly well known though, this position. Now D5 was played, takes, and now knight H2. And now rook A D8 was played, making sense, putting the rook on the far where the queen is. And now a queen F3. Now we see the idea behind this knight H2 idea. I've seen moves like knight H2, but never really understood them. But now Fischer's idea was to bring the queen to F3, as it wasn't really doing much on D1. Now bishop E6 was played, and now knight H to G4. Knight G4 was played, and now pawn G4. I do want to say there was a game Fischer played where he took with the knight here, and after bishop takes, C5 was played here. After G3, because the whole idea of this kind of thing is to try put your king on here and attack. Knight B7 was played. King G2 was played, and after knight C5, black got this nice D3 square. After rook H1, F6, I don't think it was that good. I think Fischer may have even, he definitely at least drew, but he may have even lost this game. Black's knight is very comfortable here, and black's position is quite good. Anyway, H4 and taking now. And now queen C6 was played. After queen C6, I just want to say, Fischer's idea was if knight C4 was played, Fischer's idea was to play knight D5, and apparently Fischer said this was better. I guess he got a passed pawn. Bishop's open now, was blocks behind the C4 pawn. Looks alright. Fischer said there's a slight advantage for white here. So queen C6 was played, maybe to stop these knight D5 ideas. And now G5. After G5, knight C4 was played. And now knight G4, moving this pawn to here. I do want to say, after this, if bishop takes, I haven't looked at an engine for this, but I'm guessing knight D5 is strong, with ideas of knight F6, if this is taken. Looks quite good. And I don't think it would be good for black to take this pawn. So knight C4 was played, and now after knight C4, knight G5. Sorry, knight G4. Bishop G4 was played, Queen G4, and now F6 is a new game here. This position, Fischer had a game actually exact like this, but knight B6 was played. So after F6, this position has never been reached before. Let's see how it goes. GF6, Bishop F6. And now I'd like you to try pause the video and find a very good move Fischer played here. And the way maybe you could try work out this move is look at your minor pieces and think about what type of position would favor your minor pieces, because that's how you kind of figure out the move. So I'll let you pause the video and try to find it. So if you did, it's a very instructive move actually. It's A4. Why is A4 a good move? Okay, so obviously if takes is played, then we obviously take back and hit the rook. And if this is played, we obviously win the knight. Look, I've got two bishops. I want to open up the position. Now that I take after this, I've made these pawns a bit more loose. I've got two bishops, so the position is more open, so it favors me more. So if you got the bishop pair, you want the position more open. So and also it opens up the a file for the rook. So very nice move by Fischer A4. Very instructive. Now bishop e3 was played. After bishop e3, rook a8 was played, and now rook e to d1, controlling the d file as this rook has moved. Now king h8, and now b3. The idea of king h8 was if this king was here, white wanted to put the knight on c4, but bishop b3 was annoying. Okay, now bishop g7, and now queen h6, queen h4. After queen h4, bishop f6 was played, and now bishop g5. Takes. And why did Fischer exchange here? Got the bishop here. Why would you exchange? As you can see, this pawn is weak. It doesn't have any more pawns to support it, so it's isolated. Also, this bishop is almost fixed on a dark square for now. So this dark square bishop was a key defender of it. So exchanging a defender of the weak pawn makes sense. Now rook a1 was played. There was actually a threat here. Say if like king g8 was played, there was a threat to take. If rook takes, we take this pawn, and if knight takes, we can play rook d5, hitting both of these pawns. It's very strong. And if queen takes, then we can infiltrate with either like rook d6 or queen f6. It's very strong. You wouldn't want to allow white to infiltrate in your position like this. So rook a1 was played, and now knight d7. After knight d7, bishop d1 was played. Because after queen e4, you can try work out why this is not good for black. If you do, well, credit to you. But I'll let you try pause the video and try find it. But the idea actually was bishop f3. After queen f4, work out how this is losing for black. Because after takes, we go rook a7. Sorry, we go bishop c6. If this is played, then we go here and we win this knight, or we win the rook if the knight moves. And rook e7 was played, and after check, this, we pick up and collect with definitely a favorable endgame. So anyway, rook a7. After this, so this is not played. Also, if this was played, after bishop f3, say queen c2 was played, then we could also go rook a7, and we infiltrate. It's not very nice for black at all. It's losing. After bishop d1, knight f6 was played. It's hitting this pawn again. And now we went rook a7. If this is taken, then we go queen h6. And we threaten two mates, and you can't defend them. So that's why after queen d6, after rook a7, queen d6 was played. And now bishop e2, hitting this pawn. And black cannot actually defend this pawn. So in the game, rook e7 was played. Let's look at some options why. There's quite a lot of them, but I'll go over them fairly quickly. Say if rook b8 is played, right, fairly straightforward. Then we can play rook f7, hitting this knight. After knight g8, defending this h6 square, because doesn't want to allow us to checkmate. We can go rook d7 here. You have to be very good to see these moves, and play moves before knowing that you could reach this position. Anyway, this cannot really be taken because we just check here, and this would have to be played, and we take here, and it's not good. For example, take. So rook b8 doesn't work. And now let's say knight e4. Knight e4. We actually just go queen h6 again, rook e7, and queen f8. Mate. And another one that I thought was very interesting is what happens if after bishop e2, after this, what happens if b4 is played, trying to defend this pawn? Then we go rook a6. After knight e4, we can go queen h6. After queen d3, defending it, we go bishop f3, hitting both of these. And after queen d3, hitting the rook, we go rook a7, and we hit this h7 square. And this is losing. So that's why if I track back all the way to rook e7 is played. Okay, so we exchange, and we take, because we're up a pawn now. There's a weak pawn here. You want to exchange. King g7 is played. Bishop e2 was played, and now queen c7 was played. What's the plan here? What's Bobby Fischer's plan? So the plan is here to make a pass pawn and get your king to shelter to stop any perpetual checks from the black queen. So that's the plan. Now Fischer really needs to just execute this plan. So step 1, bishop e3, guarding this pawn. Queen a5, g3, following the plan, trying to put the king in a shelter. Queen a3, king g2. This pawn is taken, and we take here. We carry our pass pawn. Mission complete. Queen a5, queen d3, queen b6, queen c4, queen c6, hitting this pawn with the knight. So now bishop d2 is played, not f3, because f3 would kind of weaken the king a bit. Remember, our plan is to shelter the king, and that would be compromising safety. So after bishop d3, queen b6 is played, and now b4. So as you can see, Fischer's walked his queen pretty much. When we do king walks, he's done a queen walk all the way to c4. cb4, bc4, and now knight g4, hitting this. And I believe this is why this was played actually, not queen takes, because now Fischer can go queen c5. Takes was played. If not takes, then we can infiltrate here. For example, say like this is played, then we can actually play bishop e2, hitting this, and we're going to win this pawn. So that's after queen c5, pawn c5, f4, new plan. Okay, stage 1 complete. Now we need to create another pass pawn. So trying to create another pass pawn here. More pass pawns, the better. Having a pass pawn is definitely an advantage. In this case, a winning advantage. King e7, king f3, knight f6. After you don't want to take here, because after like knight d7, that's not good. Hits both of them, and you also double these pawns. So bishop e5 was played after knight f6. King e6 here, bishop c4 was played, c6 was played, knight e8, taking now, rook 8, sorry, h6, king e3, knight c7, and after king d4, h5, king e3, bishop e2, takes, bishop c4, knight e8. What happened is that white won this pawn, as you'll see. And black resigned in this position because, as you see, this knight is completely trapped. We're going to win it, and we've got 2 pawns here to promote, and we've also got a bishop here to cover the e8 square so the king can't hide there. So hopefully you found this game interesting and useful. I think it was definitely useful. Definitely had some very instructive points. I thought this bishop d1 move was very instructive. I thought the a4 move was very instructive. If I quickly find it. Thought the a4 move was very instructive here, understanding that you need bishop pair position, open position will favour you more. And I thought the way Fischer just manoeuvred his pieces was actually just amazing. I would actually recommend you going over this game if you want, just by yourself. Hopefully this video was of value to you though, and you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like up. And yeah, thanks for watching, and have a good rest of your day.